with some egg whites. We got 2 scoops of plantar protein right here. I've already drunk pretty much half the protein shake. Let's go sit down and enjoy the breakfast. All right, guys. So what is today? Let's check the day here, guys. Friday, June 4th. So technically, what would that put us? A little under, I guess, 8 weeks out, supposedly. So right now, I feel like I'm a little behind with the prep. I'm not gonna lie. For where we're supposed to be at 8 weeks. So my plan is continue prepping as if I'm doing this show, and then when we're a few weeks out, if I don't feel like we can get crisp enough and come in 100%, then I'm just gonna move on to the next show and not necessarily worry about it. My biggest thing isn't to be married to any specific show. What I want to be able to do is make sure that I do bring, my package in 100%. And I don't mean just from a physical standpoint. I mean from the posing. Obviously, I need conditioning to be 100%. And I want to be fresh going in. I don't want to have to sit here and try to kill myself moving in. I feel like my body doesn't respond as well, but by doing so. So this is meal number 1. Today is going to be a leg day. We'll film the leg workout today. We'll get all the meals in for you guys, so you guys kind of see exactly where we're at right now with this point. So with the way the diet is right now, we're essentially 300 grams of protein, 300 grams of carbs, and then I usually do between like around 35, 40 grams of fat. I think what I'm gonna start doing now is bringing the fats down to 30 grams, maybe have one meal with some fats in it. The rest of it is gonna be, your carbs and protein. And then, I've found that I've a good little routine as far as my overall meals. I've been keeping things relatively simple and consistent now, just to kind of minimize the variables of the prep and really pinpoint what's going to be the best foods moving forward, to make sure that our digestion is on point, and just making sure that we're making the most out of every meal, getting some good volume, because at this point the body's exhausted, we're hungry, and having the right nutrients and getting in some good foods that I know is gonna it's going to react well with my body is highly important. So obviously this means, although I'm doing flexible approach with my routine, this means limiting a lot of the processed foods. I'm going to obviously still use protein powder. I do enjoy a little protein pudding every now and then, just to kind of break the monotony, and that's usually about it. But for the most part, you'll see exactly what we're doing today. So right here we have 80 grams of oats, 110 grams of egg whites mixed in. We have 50 grams of blueberries. I add a little bit of cinnamon and some, it's called sucring gold. Basically it's granulated erythritol with a little bit of molasses to give it that brown color, but it tastes great. There's literally no calories in it. For every 100 grams, you're looking at 8 calories total. So it's pretty much a calorie-free sweetener. It's just nice on the hot cereal. We got the 2 scoops here. So we're gonna go ahead and get this meal in. First thing I did this morning was wake up and just walk for basically an hour. On leg days, I'm not gonna do stairs in the morning. Typically, I wouldn't even do cardio in general on a leg day, but I don't mind like just getting my body moving. I woke up really early. Here in Denmark, the sun comes up relatively early. We're looking at about 4:30 in the morning. And my eyes, unfortunately, as soon as I see the sun, then it's like I want to wake up. So I got up early. I figured I just lay there. I was like, let's just go walk. Let's get the day started. Let's get the body moving. That way I can do some mobility work afterwards. So we took care of that, did some stretching, did some, used the So Right piece, some foam rolling, a little bit of massaging and so forth. Just preparing my body to become more mobile, create a more limber body. I believe that's the beautiful thing about being able to lean it out a little bit more. I can move. My mobility does increase over time, which my goal is, once we get down, to stay there, at least be able to maintain a relatively decent lean physique, not get as big as I have been in the past, so that I can maintain that overall mobility with my body. It just feels better. And I believe that in the, just throughout the entire process is going to be a lot better for me, obviously health-wise, not having to fluctuate so much with weight. but also just the physical aspect of being able to maintain that overall mobility and work on some of these areas that I feel have gotten a little because of me being so muscle bound and just huge at some points. But anyways, guys, that's enough talking. Let's get the protein shake down. Forgot we got the Matador. Go pick up the Matador here in the kitchen in a little bit. But yeah, this is breakfast, guys. I'm gonna shut up now and eat, and then we'll see you guys for the second meal. What's up, guys? Back in the kitchen now. So it is about 11:07 in the morning. I feel good, ready for my next meal. Remember, we're gonna be training at 1 o'clock. We need to be starting at 1 o'clock. So probably end up showing up to gym around 12:45-ish, get some of the warm up in. But we're back in the kitchen about to prepare meal number 2. Not much different than meal number 1. Normally I would probably do something different, but this is what I have been enjoying as my pre-workout meal as of late. So it's gonna be some oatmeal again, pretty much the same concept, adding in the protein powder into it. So really nothing too different. But anyways, let's get started. Got 80 grams, so we're gonna do the same 80 grams as the first time. Add some more salt. Salt will enhance the sweetness, and plus, since I'm sweating a lot, we're gonna replenish a lot of those electrolytes from the training. And then here is a little bit of a sweetener. We'll just sprinkle a little bit of that in. Leave that alone. So we're throwing it back on the scale, doing the 100 grams of egg whites again. And I just like to add these egg whites in because it really makes it like even creamier of a consistency. And then we're gonna stir that in. All right, so now that it's smooth again, I'm gonna toss it back in the microwave for another minute, and then we're gonna add the protein. All right, so we see it's nice and creamy again. Did cook the eggs a little bit, right? Because we don't want them to be completely raw. And then now we're gonna go ahead and add a scoop of the protein powder. We got 40 grams. Stir it again. Want to make sure that chocolate is getting into essentially every crevice in this bowl. We mix it in with all of the oats. All right, just like that. Now, for the last bit, throw in some more blueberries again. So we got 60 grams of blueberries. Some more of this sweetener. And then last but not least, we're gonna throw in some cashew butter this time. So what I like to do is just take the cashew butter, zero it out. Perfect. So we got 16 grams. And we mix it right there on top, just like that. And there we have it. That cashew butter, guys, is freaking fire. Such a good, smooth flavor to go with the oats and protein. So guys, this is like a better way, in my opinion, of making your protein with oats. Add in those egg whites, man. Egg whites just give you more volume, especially when you're dieting. It just allows it to expand more. Gives more volume again, more space here in the bowl. Got to throw in the fruits, and then I'm going to throw in, like I said, we threw in the nut butter just so it gives us a little bit more sustained energy for a longer period for this workout. But yeah, now let's go enjoy. All right, so like I said, I know it's basically the same as meal number 1. Instead of making a shake, now we're just adding the protein in. I like this specific protein in the shake. This protein I like to add into the oats. It blends so well and it tastes so good. Yeah, and then again with the addition with the the cashew butter, phenomenal. Just super good. Oh, that's creamy. It's fire. And yeah, just fire, dude. But anyways, let me go ahead and finish this meal, guys. I gotta do a little bit of work before we head out to the gym, so I'm gonna take care of that. So let's get this down, and then we'll be on our way. All right, guys, so we're back here at Copenhagen Gym. Today we're gonna bring you guys a leg day. So let's start off with some of the warm-up exercises that I like to do. Basically, we're gonna go walking lunges from here to the end of the block, and then I'm gonna do 10 reps on the sissy squat, and then lunge back. We're gonna do that a couple times over, get the body nice and loose and ready for the first exercise of the day. So let's go. The purpose of this, guys, is just to loosen everything up. As you'll see, or as you'll feel when you do it, the muscle will get more and more limber. You're gonna feel like that rubber band stretching, right? And that's what we want, because once we get into some of these real movements, you wanna get deep. You want full range of motion. You wanna feel everything. This has to be done. Make sure you do it and then develop that habit, because if you're not doing a little pre-ritual prior to any workout, you will get injured in the future. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. All right, guys, so first exercise, running through with the belt squat here. When I find some nice equipment like this, something a little bit different, but it allows me to essentially get the same work out of the movement, I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of it. I love the belt squat here, super smooth. It allows you to sink low, right? So we're attaching the chain from the belt here. And typically, you know, obviously if we're doing like a regular squat, you may or may not get that depth. This is gonna force you to get that depth, really get those glutes ignited, firing in there, getting those hamstrings, but also breaking that plane with the knee. You're getting a lot of knee flexion, sinking low, so you're also engaging a lot of those quads as well. Very good exercise. For the second exercise, guys, we're gonna move into a hamstring dominant movement. So we're doing the lying hamstring curl. My hamstrings haven't been the strongest ever since I injured this one. I think it was back in 2016. So I like to really make sure that I'm getting a good contraction, feeling the weight, not trying to swing the weight around, and I believe that you'll benefit from this as well whenever you decide to, you know, go about this movement properly, because now, again, you're having a good, strong mind and muscle connection. You're really being able to engage with that weight and the muscle, right? So that's what we want. When it comes to building strength, it'll continue to build over time. So just make sure you're pushing, giving that intensity no matter what. You'll get a lot out of this. Make it 3. My body's recovering pretty well, so I figure I start increasing some of the volume, burn some more calories. This is like one of my favorite training days. I love training legs, more so just because of the physical punishment that you kind of receive out of it. It's I feel like sometimes you got to be a little bit crazy to enjoy some of these workouts, but yeah, I guess I'm crazy. So with this one, we're gonna do a drop set. Take it to failure. Drop it roughly 40%. Really control the reps. On the last one, take it to failure again. Those partials burn. Okay, so now we're moving on to leg press, guys. We're not gonna do these the conventional way. We're gonna go a little bit wider. So with a wide stance, you wanna bring your knees out. So you're essentially aiming your knees towards your shoulders. This is gonna allow you to get a lot more depth with the movement here. And that's what we want. I feel like the leg press is a very underrated machine because people just simply do not do it correctly. When you get that depth, you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck with each and every rep, which is what you want. You want to make sure that you're working as efficiently as possible. So we'll build up. I'm not too sure exactly where my max is, but we'll see. But you know, as we always do, we take the intensity and we bring the heat. That's how you use the damn leg press. Nice and controlled. Blowing again. Making a killing. Oh yeah. First, I was questioning myself, but after watching the girls do it, had to partake in a little drop set, and my legs are fried. We're not even done yet, so. We'll go into a walking lunge, and then we'll finish off with some calves and leg curls. something about lunges, man, they just exhaust you. Don't even have to be a lot of weight in your hands. It's just one tiring exercise, but if you want to get in shape, it must be done. My biggest thing when doing lunges, guys, is making sure that you're getting plenty of depth. You know, I hear, you hear the toes over the knees kind of thing. You got to keep in mind, guys, you really want to make sure you're working on the ankle flexibility and ankle mobility, rather, because that's gonna, like, that has no bearing whether or not if you're doing the exercise properly, right? It's not gonna put any sort of extra pressure. Now, of course, now if you're tipping over and you're tipping on your tippy toes and your knees are coming forward, then yes, it's gonna create more pressure in the knees, unwanted pressure. So it's a matter of keeping that foot flat on the ground, remaining aligned, aligning your knee with the toe, getting a good stretch, doing the exercise right. So one more set of lunges. I think we'll go up to like 70 pounds on the last one. Just push a little bit further. The 50 was good, but we can get a little bit more weight in there. Again, with every exercise, guys, the goal should always be to push. You should never try to settle for anything. Try to get one extra rep in. 2 extra kilos, 1 kilo. You know, that over time, continual gradual progression over time is gonna make a massive difference. You're gonna see some big leaps and bounds and gains and overall musculature in the physique, everything. So, you know, think about it as the hare and the tortoise, the race, right? The tortoise always wins. Why? Because he paced himself. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. All right, guys, so for the end of this workout, since they're right next to each other, we're gonna go ahead and superset this. Single leg curl. Again, we want a good mind to muscle connection, really contracting the hamstring. At this point in the workout, guys, we're not really focusing on trying to move a ton of weight, just making sure that we're really getting that work in the hamstrings. And then right next to it, seated calf raise. So we'll just work sets of 10 here. So. You know, I'm glad this is like super easy because at this point I'm pretty dead. I don't want to do shit. All right, guys, that is the conclusion of today's leg workout. We'll give you a brief rundown exactly everything that we did today. So we started off with the warm-up, walking lunges across here. Did the sissy squat for 10 reps, walking lunges back. 2 sets of that. Went on to the belt squat. 3 working sets there. Worked our set to a failure set on the very last one. Moved over to lying leg curls. Same thing, built up, did 3 working sets because we finished off with the 3rd working set with some partials there. Then we moved on to the leg press, worked our way up to 8 plates with a freaking massive drop set on that one. Got a nasty pump. Went on to walking lunges now with the weights, dumbbells, got up to 75 pounds on that for my final set. And then so lastly finished off with the single leg curl and the calf raises. Great workout overall. complete. If you notice, again, it's very balanced from top to bottom, back and forth, making sure that we're bringing the emphasis from quad to hamstrings and back and forth on those with those exercises. I feel great. Recovery is great. Energy is still good. You know, even though, you know, we're pushing the cardio, we're pushing the diet, we just got to keep pushing, guys. Just like I told you guys earlier today, I feel like we're a little bit behind, but it doesn't mean we can't catch up. Doesn't mean we can't put in the work each and every day in order for us to continue to push my body and progress further and, you know, of course, create the ultimate beautiful physique on stage where we'll eventually get to whenever that time comes. But it is time to get some food in, so I'll see you guys in the kitchen. All right, guys, so we made it back home, the journey home through the train and all that good stuff. So we are here in the kitchen for meal number 3. This is gonna be the post-workout meal. So let's show you what we're getting started. So right here in this little bag, we have some chicken breasts. I measured it out, 250 grams. So we're gonna throw this in the air fryer for 15 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Already pre-seasoned. Let me show you guys what I seasoned it with. So we have garlic powder, cayenne pepper, adobo, and some Goya sazonador. Those are my mixes right there. Put a little bit of this in there so that way it doesn't stick. And then, yeah, so we'll toss it in, get it started. And then for carbs, we have some cream of rice, 90 grams of cream of rice, throw a little bit of salt and some sweetener, throw some water in, cook it up. Really, really easy. Ooh, look at that chicken. Wow, fire. All right, now the food is prepared. So we got the Pama Minutris fully cooked up. Cream of rice, good carb source, post-workout, digests beautifully, very smooth and delicious. And then we have the chicken with some sliced cucumbers. I went ahead and threw in some no sugar ketchup, a little bit of this garlic sauce that Ann had bought, and then of course some regular mustard. Phenomenal. The chicken is fantastic. Love this little combo here. You know you're dieting when chicken cucumber is just like super delicious. Great post-workout meal, super low in fat. Got your carbs, ready to go. But just wanted to show you guys this meal. So this is meal number 3 for the day. I believe we have at least 2 more meals left. So I'm gonna put this down and then we'll see you guys back for the preparation of the next meal. All right, guys, so we're back in the kitchen for the last meal of the day. While I was at the store, I actually found something completely different, some carpaccio. So what carpaccio is just raw meat sliced up very, very thin. It did come with some Parmesan. I'm not gonna have the Parmesan. I'll actually save that for another day. I'm not gonna throw it away, but just because I don't have any extra fats left in the day. This has only 1.4 grams of fat within 100 grams. So this is perfect, fits right in. Along with that, we have 260 grams of egg whites and then 2 of these loaves of bread to knock out the rest of the macros. So let's go ahead, get the egg whites frying. So we're gonna scramble this up. I'm gonna pull these out here, make it all pretty, throw a little bit of some little pico in there, maybe slice up some cucumbers, and then we're ready to go. All right, guys, there we have it. So we went with something a little bit different. You see the sliced carpaccio, the loaves, sliced cucumber here. Add a little bit of the pico. I had a slice of this carpaccio and it is mwah, melt in your mouth. Good. I think I'm just gonna do one sandwich with just the meat alone because it is that tender, guys. I don't know, should mustard go with this? Nah, we'll leave it alone. Look at that. That is some tender freaking steak right there. Wow, it literally just melts in your mouth. Whoa. I wanted to go with this little bread loaves, just, you know, break a little bit of the monotony of what I've been consuming or eating. The last few days I've been sticking to just like cream of rice, oatmeal, rice, veggies, fruits. So nice little change up, you know. These little loaves are really good, nice and soft. The carpaccio is a little expensive. It's like $10 for 4 ounces, but a nice little treat to have. Like today, I'm not mad whatsoever at just spending a little bit of money. Change it up, get some really lean red meat. I really can't get over just how tender that was, and I will definitely be getting some more carpaccio. Next one, keep it simple. Grab the scrambled eggs, toss it in, make our next sandwich with the eggs. So it's a good way to finish off the night with the food, guys. You know, so I like to leave a little bit of carbs for the evening. That way we still have a decent amount of food before bed. Makes it obviously easier. It's not like overly too much, because if you overeat, then a lot of times it actually hinders your sleep. Where, you know, eating just a good amount of food with carbs and protein, yeah, I don't suffer from that. I'm not starving when I go to bed, which will help with getting to sleep and having a good night's sleep. And you can never go wrong with the egg sandwich. I think the only thing that would make this better right now is a little slice of cheddar cheese. Let's see who's made it this far into the video, guys. What is your favorite cheese? Let me know in the comments below. I would have to say my favorite cheese is cheddar. I do like an occasional Swiss cheese, but in blue cheese, ooh, can't go wrong. I love blue cheese. Of course, it's an acquired taste. Only goes with certain things, but it's definitely fire. Let me know though, let me know. Egg whites, great protein source that has tons of volume. So if you want to get a bunch of volume in with honestly not that much protein, 2 cups liquid is roughly 50 grams of protein. That cooks down to pretty much filling up this entire plate. I could have gone with that, but connecting with that carpaccio, total game changer. And definitely worth it. Got all my AD supplements. I just threw it in a cup so I didn't have to bring like all the containers over. Heart Plus, Liver Plus, Tuca, Astragalus, Ashwagandha, Matador, since we had a good bit of carbs here. Did another bit of some of the Thorn, it's the thyroid supplement. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up this cucumbers, but that guys is gonna pretty much conclude today's video. So we've seen the full day of eating for today. You know, roughly 8 weeks out from the show. See if we can catch up. If not, North Americans it is. I'm not afraid to, you know, to move forward one, to make sure that I can bring a 100% package. At the end of the day, that's all that I care about. Just making sure that I step on stage and I am 100% spot on. Anything less than that is no good. It's not gonna cut it. So yeah, you know, let's continue to find out how this journey unfolds, guys. I appreciate you guys watching all the videos and following along. If you're new to the channel, haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You know, click the notification bell, that way you guys are notified. And yeah, until next time, everybody, it's Jonathan Irizarry, J.I. Venice. Peace out.